Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to R.A. Faganel Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College. I'm Tim Calderwood with you on Bluejay TV for a doubleheader of Elmhurst College basketball. We begin with the women facing Augustana College. The men will also meet Augustana. That contest is scheduled for an 8 o'clock start. So glad to have you alongside. Elmhurst is unbeaten in the CCIW. One of the surprise stories early in the year, the Bluejays are 12-2, 3-0 in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. Augustana enters the matchup with a 9-5 mark. They are 1-2 in the CCIW. Elmhurst opened conference play with a come-from-behind win over North Park on January 4th, 56-53. Followed that up with a win over Wheaton, 60-46. And earlier this week took down North Central on the road in the first road CCIW contest with a final count of 64-52. They look to remain unbeaten here today before hitting the road this week down to Millikan University for a matchup in Decatur. Starting lineups are being introduced. First for Augustana, at one guard, Whitney Miller, a 5'6" senior out of Clinton, Iowa, averaging 6.9 points per ball game. The other guard is Molly Etheridge, a 5'5" sophomore out of Bloomington, Illinois. She's the leading scorer for the Vikings at 11.4. Gianna Pecora is a 5'5" junior out of Darien. Pecora averages 9.1 per ball game. The forwards, Christina Howard, 5'10" senior from Aurora, Colorado, averaging 5.6 per ball game. And Cheney Dwight, Illinois, averaging 4.3 points per ball game. For Elmhurst, Devin Vaughn starts at guard, a 5'9" sophomore out of North Aurora, averaging 8.5 points per ball game. Tess Godhardt joins her in the backcourt, a 5'10" freshman, averaging 10.9 points per game out of Hinckley, Illinois. Jordan Maisto, also in the backcourt, a 5'5" sophomore from St. Charles, checks in at 3.5 per ball game. The forwards for the Bluejays, Meghan Merklein, 5'11" senior out of Plainfield, checking in at 19.7 points per night. And Megan Ney, the 6' senior out of Carroll Stream, Illinois, who, while her offensive production has dwindled a bit this year, down to just 7.6 points per ball game, on the glass, 9.3 per night. One note, Augustana will be without Natalie Arungi for this one. The senior had been averaging 11.1 points per ball game, and she will not suit up for the Vikings in the matchup here tonight. Runge played 27 minutes against Illinois Wesleyan on Wednesday and scored 13 points as the leading scorer. Augustana fell 65-44 after falling behind only 3 at the break, 27-24. So Elmhurst tied atop the CCIW standings with Carthage. The Bluejays will control the tip. They're in the sky blue unis, and a quick runner on the opening possession. Tess Godhardt steps out of bounds. The ball will head over to Augustana. Run down the CCIW standings for you here in just a moment and set the schedule of action for you today. One game has already gone final. Augustana and the Navy Blue. Whitney Miller, bothered by Jordan Maisto, who steps in. Shot clock is half gone as Pecora works. Now it's Miller again on the right side, down to 10. Miller working her way in, skipping towards Tambling. Tambling fakes right, comes left, in and out from 16. And it's one and done. The rebound belongs to Tess Godhardt. So in the CCIW presently, Carthage and Elmhurst are tied for the lead at 3-0. Here's Megan Ney, too strong. Godhardt with a second chance, lost it, but is fouled on the way up. Illinois Wesleyan 1-2, Augustana 1-2, Millikan 1-2, Wheaton 1-2. North Central and North Park winless, sitting 0-3. Stepping to the line is Tess Godhardt, an impact freshman for the Bluejays. One of 2 real strong impact freshmen for head coach Tethny Carrillo. Godhardt missed the free throw. She's averaging 10.9 points per ball game out of Hinckley, Illinois. Won a couple of state titles in Illinois Class 1A at Hinckley Big Rock. First point of the ball game belongs to Tess Godhardt, and Elmhurst has a 1-0 advantage. Pecora will rotate around the arc. Knocked away on the floor. Meghan Merklein collects. Maisto sprints towards the corner. And now eases it off. Bobby Endress, the head coach at Augustana College. Vikings, as we talked about, 1-2 in conference play. Godhardt traveled. The lone victory so far for Augustana, coming over North Central by a point, 66-65, and a buzzer beater. They've also lost to Millikin and Illinois Wesleyan. On the road this year, the Vikings an even 3-3. Up that to 5-3 when you factor in a pair of neutral court wins. Tambling connects. Augustana has had a history of hanging around with the Blue Jays of late. But Elmhurst has won 8 of the last 10. Augustana scored a 70-68 overtime victory over Elmhurst here last year to snap an 8-game Elmhurst win streak. And the ball is loose. Another turnover for Elmhurst. The Blue Jays during the non-conference portion of the season had some very strong starts. Looking specifically Rockford, Alma, College of St. Catherine, and also a stretch against Edgewood, which was very strong. But in the CCIW portion of the slate, they've had some issues from the outset. A turnover here for Augustana, who leads 2-1, and Elmhurst will have the basketball again. In the CCIW today, Millikin is at North Park, Carthage at Illinois Wesleyan, and North Central at Wheaton. Those are the matchups around the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin today. Elmhurst is the CCIW leader in field goal percentage defense. Defense really has been very strong for Elmhurst this year, but the key for the Blue Jays, as Megan Ney will make her way to the line, has been the ability to not only come up strong on the defensive end, but also to put some points up. Elmhurst can score. They're second in the CCIW in scoring, second in three-point percentage, and yet they find themselves, as we talked about, leading the conference in opponent field goal percentage and sitting second in points allowed per ball game. Megan Ney evens the score. 2 aside. Ney, the senior out of Carroll Stream, prepped at Glenbard North. CCIW leader in rebounds at 9.3 a game. Hits both free throws. Elmhurst is back in front, 3-2. 2.5 minutes into the first here at Elmhurst today, and it is a doubleheader. The Elmhurst College men will face the task of nationally ranked Augustana at 8 o'clock. Off a screen, rolls Pecora from dead on to hit a three. Augustana back in front, 5-3 with 17:05 to play in the half. Jordan Maisto takes her time, making sure the teammates know the play call before scampering ahead. Here's Merklein off a screen. A three for the lead won't fall. Pecora makes it one and done underneath. Augustana, meanwhile, is the top rebounding team in the CCIW. The Vikings have been out-rebounding their opponents by almost 7 per ball game. It's interesting because when you look at the Vikings' numbers, well, they don't really have a lot of size. Tallest player on the roster stands 6'1", a junior who has not even played. Their regulars, the tallest regular, sits at 5'10" in the starting lineup. And not only that, but the leading rebounder for the Vikings is Whitney Miller, the point guard. And she's at 5.4 per game. Etheridge on the drive, heads to the line. Officiating crew for this one, Nicole Anderson, Corky Schreiner, and Marvin Sykes. First foul called on Elmhurst. It'll be on Devin Vaughn. Molly Etheridge heads to the line, the sophomore out of Bloomington, Illinois. Could not hit the first. Etheridge is the leading scorer for Augustana at 11.4 a night, sitting 8th in the CCIW. Trying to make it a three-point game and does. 16-13 in the half. Augustana doubling up Elmhurst 6-3. Devin Vaughn eases her way across. Here's Godhardt with the ball in her left hand, picking up, looking for help. Slinging over towards Vaughn with the shot clock half gone. Godhardt drives, tries to thread the needle, and it's knocked away. Godhardt was looking for a foul. Stephanie Carrillo saying she got hammered as well. Entry pass towards Merklein. Shot clock whittling its way down. Merklein is surrounded. Godhardt spotting up. Baseline and hits. Tess Godhardt hitting for the Blue Jays along the baseline. Godhardt third in the CCIW in field goal percentage as a freshman. Told you she's been providing impact. And a whistle as an offensive foul is called on Cheney Tambling. First substitution of the ball game, Elizabeth Phillips, a 5'10 senior from Lake Villa, Illinois. Illinois Wesleyan and Carthage playing today in a matchup of unbeatens. Elmhurst the other unbeaten, so there's the potential for one unbeaten team to fall today. Elmhurst trying to make sure that two unbeatens will not go the way of the defeat today. Christina Howard scoops up a steal. 5 minutes into the first half. Miller dancing all by herself against Maisto. Driving to the rack, no. Rebound still free, kept alive. Howard over towards Miller, and it's out of bounds. Heading towards the Blue Jays. It's one of the biggest things that Augustana seems to be able to do on the glass. They just keep balls alive. Maybe not securing, but being able to reach out and get an arm on a basketball provides more opportunities for your teammates. Allison Skaggs off the bench for Augustana. Another freshman for Elmhurst, Fiona McMahon, is in. Here's Godhardt, this time on the left baseline, and good. Elmhurst back in front. There was a final in the CCIW earlier today. It was Milliken winning at North Park, 68-61. North Park still searching for that first victory. Howard pivots, finds Skaggs on the right side. Shot clock down to 10. Howard will swing it around. Working her way in is Pecora. Too many steps. Grana Skeens off the bench for Augustana. Skeens is a senior as well. Devin Vaughn handling things for Elmhurst. Dribbled it off her foot, out of bounds. Miller picks it up towards the corner. Here's Skeens back out with 10. Pecora for three. No good. Nobody there on the rebound. Wide open. Allison Skaggs. And another rebound for Augustana here in the first half. We've got a whistle as Vaughn falls to the floor. Elmhurst being out rebounded thus far 6-3. Allison Skaggs with the foul, her first. Enter Nikki Schaefer for Elmhurst. Vaughn looking to inbound. Does so to Merklein, who's surrounded and too strong. Skeens makes it one and done. Here's Miller in transition, pulling up in the paint from 13. Nope. Elmhurst will outlet quickly into McMahon. Over the top of Phillips. No there either. Still free on the floor. Travel is the call. Looked like we were going to have a jump ball. Looked like we were going to have the official's going to confer and make sure the arrow does not end up getting changed here. Did signal travel. We had one official signaling jump ball, one official signaling travel, and the Elmhurst bench trying to call a timeout. Skaggs looks for the cutting Skeens, and it's tapped away. Here comes Vaughn, easing it up. Maisto will try. Short. Whitney Miller on the scene. Miller just finessed her way around Vaughn. And the Vikings will run the set up a point. A whistle away from the basketball as Devin Vaughn falls to the floor, and it's offensive. Allison Skaggs, her second. Team foul number 5. Christina Howard returns. Amy Hicks will come get Skaggs in the 2 fouls. Molly Etheridge is back for Augustana as well. First half of play, the visiting Vikings up 1 at 8-7. Vaughn pops out. Here's McMahon around the ring. Merklein posting up, couldn't score. Good look, but Meghan Merklein failed to convert. And Augustana will throw it away. When the Vikings try and run, they play right into the hands of Elmhurst, and Bobby Hendricks takes notice, spending a timeout here with 12:03 to play in the first half. Elmhurst with an 8-7 deficit here in the half. Blue Jays are just 2 of 9 from the floor so far, 22%. Augustana, meanwhile, 3 of 9, sitting 33% from the floor. The Vikings with an edge on the glass at 8-5. Bobby Endress taking a timeout here for the Vikings, trying to settle down the visitors. Endress is in her 6th season as the head coach at Augustana. Former head coach at Edgewood College. Was the Lake Michigan Conference Coach of the Year in the 2004-2005 season. Also the league's Rookie of the Year. Schaefer picks up her dribble. Merklein comes out. We're under 12 minutes to play in the half. Devin Vaughn on the drive. Scoops it up and scores. Pretty move. Vaughn around Phillips. Nice little sachet move to the rack to put Elmhurst in front 9-8. Phillips behind the back pass. Augustana with a pretty move. Here's Howard in the lane, and she's hacked by McMahon. Fiona McMahon with a foul. Stepping to the line, Christina Howard, the senior out of Aurora, Colorado, averaging 5.6 points a ball game. First one is up and in. Some of the non-conference games for Augustana. They went to Colorado College. Elmhurst went to Colorado College as well, scored a 61-53 victory over Colorado College. Augustana recorded a 60-56 victory. Other common opponents in the non-conference slate. Augustana hosted Webster, won 70-62. Elmhurst won at Webster, 64-58. In the lane, it's Schaefer. Augustana also took on Presentation College out in Colorado, won 72-45. Elmhurst won that matchup 98-38 as both teams partook in the Colorado College tournament. Devin Vaughn will knock it away. .10:52 first half. Elmhurst up by 2 at 11-9. Gianna Pecora returns. And a whistle as Devin Vaughn falls to the floor. That'll be the second offensive foul charged to Augustana. 6th of the half. The next one will put the Blue Jays at the line. Megan Ney returning for Elmhurst. Blue Jays have settled in here in the first half. Merklein thought about the screen. It's on the floor and a jump ball is called. Elmhurst in the contest with 6 turnovers already. Augustana 8. A lot of turnovers here. We're not even at the midway point of the first half. Vikings trying to slow it down. Phillips underneath, and a whistle. If it's on McMahon, that'll be her second. Devin Vaughn was in the vicinity as well. Both have a foul for Elmhurst. That is the second on Fiona McMahon in the post. And the third against Elmhurst. Pecora the trigger for the Vikings. Comes back out to the basketball. Hicks lobs towards Howard around McMahon, who had to be careful, and there's an offensive foul. McMahon just kind of backed up. Had to be very careful with 2 fouls already, and she will exit as Tess Godhardt, freshman for freshman on the floor. But another offensive foul. That would make 3 of the 7 on the board offensive fouls. Meghan, top of the arc. Here's Merklein outside the lane, good. Nothing there for Hicks, and a jump ball is called on the rebound. Timeout on the floor. It is a full one and will break as well with 9:18 to play in the half. 13-9, Elmhurst on top. This is Blue Jay TV. .18 left in the first half. Elmhurst with a 13-9 lead. We take a look at some other scores around the CCIW. Wheaton already up double digits at home against North Central, 26-14. That's with 5:51 to play in the first half. And one other score to let you know about as well. Illinois Wesleyan trailing Carthage 68-60 with just under 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Tremendous second half comeback from Carthage. Meghan will try the 16-footer. Devin Vaughn underneath sneaks in for the rebound and then just kind of tossed it up, drawing the foul as well. Boy, Illinois Wesleyan led for a majority of the ball game before Carthage with the late second half comeback. Taking a look back at the play-by-play, 5 minutes into the second half, it was 48-35 Illinois Wesleyan. Quite the turnaround for Carthage on the road. Devin Vaughn, it's both free throws. 9:03 to play. Elmhurst has the largest lead of the ball game at 14-9. Etheridge slinging around the arc towards Miller. 15 to work with. Etheridge will pick it up high. Miller in the triple threat, starts to move. Back out to Etheridge with 5. Etheridge in the lane from 8 short. But a foul coming. And free throws for Augustana. That'll be the second foul on Devin Vaughn. Molly Etheridge shooting and hitting. Augustana 72% from the free throw line, third in the CCIW. Etheridge a 74% shooter, 34 of 46 this year, perfect on both. 14-11 is the count with 8:35 to play here in the first. And a foul about 40 feet away from the basket. Molly Etheridge, just a little bit of a shove on Jordan Maisto, and it's bonus time for Elmhurst. One and one for Maisto. Who hits the free throw? Maisto ready on attempt number 2, and it's just like the first. 16-11. Elmhurst up 5. Miller directing traffic. Looking for the posting Jessica Bades. Miller opts to drive instead. Up and under move over the top of Godhardt. No good. And Meghan Merklein with the board. 8:10 in the half. Solid playing time for Schaefer, who works her way into the lane and clears it out to a wide open Meghan Merklein. Merklein, the second leading scorer in the CCIW, can shoot as well. Also second in the CCIW in three-point percentage. 5 for Merklein and an 8-point lead for Elmhurst at 19-11. Etheridge comes out into the corner. Shot clock under 10. Etheridge lobbing for Phillips. Working on Ney. Nope. Well short. Megan Ney secures the board. Good defense. Good rebound for Megan Ney as well. Never giving up position. 7:20 to play in the half. Merklein along the baseline. Cannot hit from 15. Bades rips it away for the Vikings. Miller setting up a screen from Bades. Bades will pop out. Down to 10 on the shot for the Vikings. Etheridge with Maisto's hand in her face. Targets Bades underneath. Blocked by Ney, but a piece of the body as well. And Jessica Bades heads to the line for Augustana, sophomore out of Carroll Stream. Same hometown as Megan Ney, but Bades attended West Chicago High School. Ney prepped at Glenbard North. Bades has played in only 5 games this year. She has yet to hit a free throw, now 0 of 4. She's on the floor, likely due to the absence of Natalie Runge for Augustana here today, who is on the bench in street clothes. No good on either attempt, but an offensive rebound for Bades, who kept it alive. Posting up his schemes. Working on Mitchell along the baseline. Nice move for Bades underneath. Denied again. Elmhurst has done a very solid job defensively here in the first half. Only 11 points on the board for Augustana. Merklein connects. Merklein claps her hands together in approval. Point total rising for Merklein, who owns 7 in the game. Elmhurst with a double-digit edge, 21-11. And a whistle away from the basketball. Meghan Merklein with her first. Team foul number 6. Not a shooting situation for Augustana yet. Amy Hicks is into the ball game for Augustana. Etheridge overshoots Miller, but a whistle as Miller falls to the floor. It'll be on Godhardt, her first. Free throws now for Whitney Miller. Well, if it was football, since there's postseason football on presently, you would say it was an uncatchable pass, which is true. But Whitney Miller was held up in the process. Miller, flawless from the stripe this year, 88%. Third in the conference. Official headed into the lane here to try to calm down. Plenty of extracurriculars. Whitney Miller again, the senior out of Clinton, Iowa. Not too far from Augustana, which is located in Rock Island, Illinois, the Quad Cities area. Probably a half hour maybe between the two. Maybe a little more. $15 to work with for Elmhurst. Merklein crisscrosses. Here's Schaefer around a screen. Screen and roll towards Mitchell in the lane. Too strong. Tess Godhardt a second chance. Godhardt follows it up. We've talked a lot about Tess Godhardt and her impact for Elmhurst. Quite the shooter, but she's able to keep plays alive as well. Godhardt with a second chance bucket. And Elmhurst leads by 11 at 23-12. Closing in on 5 minutes to play in the half, and that one's too tall for Miller without an obstruction. And Elmhurst will have the ball. Maisto right down the lane, lost it. Godhardt able to help out, and Godhardt on the way to the line. Timeout Augustana. It is a full one and will break as well with under 5 minutes to play in the half. Elmhurst up double digits on Blue Jay TV. Tess Godhardt hits the free throw. What a game in Bloomington. Illinois Wesleyan 70, Carthage 69 final. Illinois Wesleyan was down 69-60 with just over 2 minutes remaining. Closed the ball game on a 10-0 run. Carthage missed a three at the buzzer that would have won it. So Illinois Wesleyan wins the battle of unbeatens in Bloomington with a 1-point home victory. over Carthage 70-69. Here it's 24-12, Elmhurst up a dozen. First half winding down. Pecora knifes to the basket, runs into Meghan Merklein, and is forced to back out. And we've got a whistle underneath. Augustana applauding. It is on Elmhurst. Free throws now for the Vikings. This is the 8th team foul on Elmhurst. Molly Etheridge will head to the line after Jordan Maisto is hit with foul number 1. Free throw is good. And the second one, however, fails to fall. Tess Godhardt will bring it into the waist with 4.5 to play in the first. 24-13, Elmhurst with the lead. Here's Schaefer towards the lane. Back out to Merklein. Using a screen for Mitchell. Inside the lane with a shot clock down to 8. Godhardt on the take, fading away, converting. Tess Godhardt with a big basket on a fadeaway, beating the shot clock. And 26-13, Elmhurst continues to build on the lead. And an offensive foul charged to Augustana. Yet another offensive foul. This is on Brianna Skeens. And it is the first on Skeens. .350 to play. Maisto overshoots Schaefer. Miller taking her time. Still a lot to work with here. Etheridge runs into Meghan Merklein, who will swat it towards Mitchell. Godhardt on the baseline. Lost the ball. Pecora, right side of the lane, up and in. Augustana trying to close the half on a run. Schaefer with her foot on the line, rims it away, and Hicks controls for the Vikings. Along the baseline, Skeens in and out. Godhardt hits. Big half for Tess Godhardt into double figures. And a 28-15 Elmhurst advantage. And another whistle. Stephanie Mitchell with a foul. Free throws here for Amy Hicks. Still just a 1-and-1 situation. Back iron, rebound kept alive, and Hicks, who missed the free throw, locates Etheridge, who unloads an air ball. And a travel. A little bit sloppy as the half winds down. Another whistle. Second foul on Jordan Maisto. And now 2 free throws for Molly Etheridge. (28-16) is the score as Tess Godhardt returns. Free throws have been a problem for Augustana here in the first half. The Vikings, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the CCIW, are under 50% here in the first 20 minutes of play. 1:37 remaining. 28-16 Elmhurst lead. Merklein high left, looking to lob towards Megan Ney, who is posting. Ney couldn't handle, but is able to save. And here's Merklein knocked away. Brianna Skeens in on the act defensively. Ten on the shot and out of bounds. Schaefer lost the basketball. Substitution for Augustana, Elizabeth Phillips returning. Vikings can pull within 10. Sakura dead on. Uses the shot fake to drive and score. Under a minute to play in the half. Ball in the hands of Paige Piccati. Merklein with 10 to work with. Threw it away. Abby Staples taking her time. 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Skeens with 10, travel. And Elmhurst can hold for the final shot of the half. 14 4/10 to play. Schaefer steps in, no good. Godhardt offensive rebound, still with time. Godhardt with a move, a basket, and to the half we go. Tess Godhardt with 14 first half points, and Elmhurst leads 30-18. Blue Jays have led pretty much by double digits throughout this first half. And at the break, they find themselves up 12. We'll have stats and more coming your way shortly as Elmhurst is in front. This is Blue Jay TV. .25 combined free throws in the first half. Elmhurst up double digits against Augustana, 30-18. Tim Calderwood with you on Blue Jay TV. Augustana 7 of 15 of the stripe, just 46%. That number needs to improve, especially if the visits will continue in the second. Elmhurst 7 of 10 at the line, 70%. Overall, Augustana is struggling from the floor. Just 5 field goals in the first half. 5 out of 19, 26%. Elmhurst was 11 of 23, 47% from the field. Each team was 1 of 3 from three-point range. Elmhurst with a 19-14 advantage on the glass. Augustana with 6 offensive rebounds. Second chance points, Elmhurst 6, Augustana 4. Turnovers also a first half problem. 12 for Augustana, 11 for Elmhurst. Each team converted that into 9 points. We had 6 ties, 2 lead changes, but Elmhurst led by as many as 13, and they're up by a dozen at the break. Leading scorer Tess Godhardt with 14 for Elmhurst, 6 of 6 from the floor. After her, the production drops off to 7 for Meghan Merklein. Leading scorer for Augustana, Gianna Pecora with 7. Augustana will open with the basketball here in the second half. Pecora immediately cuts to the basket and meets the aforementioned Godhardt, who comes up with a rebound as well. Godhardt with 6 rebounds now. A top number in that department for the matchup here today as well. Elmhurst trying to improve to 4-0. They would match Illinois Wesleyan atop the CCIW standings. A date at Milliken coming later this week. Turnover. Augustana looking to run. Pecora turns it over again. Couple of turnovers for the teams here. Devin Vaughn up the right side of the lane, feeding Godhardt in the corner. Godhardt picks up the dribble, will bounce it towards Ney. Ney shy of the paint. Hands off to Merklein along the baseline, stepped out of bounds. Shot clock was down to 4 seconds anyhow. We are just about a minute into the second half. And both teams have had issues holding onto the basketball, continuing a trend and a negative trend at that for the first half. Augustana in the first half with just 2 points off the bench. Likewise for Elmhurst. So it's been the starting 5 on each side that has done most of the damage. Phillips has it knocked away. Starters on the floor for Augustana. Whitney Miller, Molly Etheridge, Gianna Pecora, Christina Howard, and Cheney Tambling. Lob in towards Howard, who will hand off to Miller. Miller with 3 to shoot, steps back, short from 15. Offensive rebound, Tambling, dribbles around Merklein and scores. 18:23 to play. Augustana within 10 at 30-20. Here's Ney. Short over the top of Tambling, was pleading for a whistle. Did not receive the benefit of the call. Pecora outside the paint. A lid on it for Augustana today, but a second opportunity coming here for the Vikings. Tambling, who was silent in the first half. Lob it underneath towards Howard, and Augustana has scored the first 4 points of the second half. Maisto hands it off to Merklein along the baseline, and she will run into Christina Howard. Fiona McMahon off the bench for Elmhurst. She will replace Megan Ney on the floor. For Augustana, it's Elizabeth Phillips. Phillips saw more minutes than any other player on the bench for Augustana in the first half, with 10 minutes of time. And now Merklein having issues inbounding. Merklein bouncing in the lane for McMahon, who scores. Fiona McMahon, bothered by foul problems in the first half, limited to only 5 minutes, did not score. Stops that trend here early in the second. Back to a 10-point margin, 32-22. Etheridge spins away, and out it'll come. Here's Phillips wanting to lob. Etheridge is fouled. Devin Vaughn with the foul, and that's her third. First on Elmhurst here in the second half. Phillips underneath. Back out with 20 to work with. Merklein denies. Phillips shy of the lane, threw it away. Still free. And Tess Godhardt, look what I found. 16.5 to play in the ball game. Again, this is the first of two. Men's matchup will follow suit. Merklein in the lane scores. $16:15 to play. 8 o'clock start. Augustana and Elmhurst on the men's side. Tambling on the baseline, no good, but an offensive rebound for Etheridge. Looking to lob towards Tambling. Back out it comes, and a foul. And offensive against Augustana. Molly Etheridge with number 2. Again, Augustana in the first half had plenty of issues in terms of offensive fouls. They committed 11 fouls total. I'd say the breakdown was probably about 6-5 offensive fouls versus defensive fouls. Merklein just inside the elbow, twisting away from 14. (34-22), Augustana with the ball, down a dozen. They've been as close as 8 here in the second half. Etheridge falling away, taken away. Godhardt trying to lead a 2-on-1. Godhardt head up, right around Pecora, but missed the layup. It's on the floor, and away comes the Vikings. They had numbers momentarily, but will slow it up. Miller back out towards Phillips. Too long. And Elmhurst tries to settle it down. Timeout, Elmhurst. 30-second timeout with 14:45 to play in the ball game. Elmhurst tied with 2 others atop the CCIW entering play today. They are now currently a half game behind Illinois Wesleyan, who at home finished the final 2:38 with a 10-0 run to record a 70-69 victory over Carthage, who missed a 3-pointer at the buzzer, which would have won the ball game. 14:45 remaining here. Elmhurst leading by 12 with the basketball. Fiona McMahon, Devin Vaughn, Jordan Maisto, Tess Godhardt on the floor for the Blue Jays, along with Nikki Schaefer. Vaughn attacking and works her way to the free throw line. Other scores around the CCIW. Wheaton in control, up 16 at home over North Central in the second half. And a final from earlier today. As North Park fell at home to Milliken. Devin Vaughn converts on the free throw. 13-point lead, matches the largest of the evening for Elmhurst. Second attempt is no good. 14.5 to play in the game. Whitney Miller down Main Street, short. Fiona McMahon underneath, surrounded, tries to dribble away. Foul over the back on the rebound. Nikki Schaefer with her first foul. It's the second on Elmhurst. We have seen 5 fouls so far. Devin Vaughn leaning in, 13-footer no good. Tries to keep the rebound alive, but out of bounds it goes. .25 to play. Pecora in the lane, flanked. Retreats. Here's Miller to the baseline towards Tambling. Couldn't hit. And the woes continue for Augustana shooting the basketball. They made only 5 field goals in the first half of this one. There's McMahon off the glass and in. Devin Vaughn wrestling with Skaggs. Christina Howard returns for Augustana with 12:44 to play in the ball game. Miller over towards Phillips. Phillips working on Merklein. In the lane, pivots, up and under move, no, but a second chance coming for Phillips, who backpedals and is denied, but a late whistle. Meghan Merklein with the foul, her second. It's the third on Elmhurst. 2 shots coming for Phillips, who did not visit the line in the first half. Phillips, perfect 4 of 4 on the season. And hits them both here. 12.5 to play. It's again a 13-point advantage. Knocked away by Pecora. Merklein back to Vaughn. Jump stop over to McMahon. Denied on her drive attempt outside the paint. Schaefer back to Merklein. Shot clock under 10. Merklein throws it up. Underneath, no good. Phillips fights for the board, takes it away from McMahon. Godhardt looking for a rebound. We've got an injury stoppage here. With 11:44 to play. (37-24), Elmhurst in front. (11:44 to play, and while they work on the injured player, why don't we step aside for a few? Actually, we'll hang here. Nikki Schaefer helped up off the floor. Schaefer will exit. Megan Ney is in for Elmhurst with 11:44 to play, and the Blue Jays up 13. $11:40 to play. Augustana has a chance again here. Elmhurst has not been able to put away this Augustana squad. Vikings have hung around. Miller moving right. Skipping towards Skaggs. Bades on the drive. Shot clock at 5. Here's Pecora for 3. Nope. Megan Ney takes away the rebound. And a whistle as Devin Vaughn falling hard to the floor. There have been plenty of whistles here today. That's the third foul on Skaggs. Team foul number 5. Devin Vaughn shaking off this one. Now another whistle, this though for a travel. Molly Etheridge returning. Miller crisscrosses. Shot fake. Bouncing for Etheridge in the lane. 10-footer may have been blocked. Here in the midway point of the second half. And a whistle again. Jessica Bades with the foul, her first. It's the 6th on Augustana, so another one will send Elmhurst to the line. Merklein underneath. Too strong off the window. McMahon tapping for the rebound. It's volleyball around. Out comes Pecora. Pecora in a 3-on-3 situation. Feeds Etheridge. Etheridge driving through, swatted away by Ney. Here comes McMahon. Elmhurst with numbers, and McMahon will hand it off to Vaughn. Vaughn does not turn on the Jets. Looking to lob towards Ney, who's surrounded underneath. Howard in there, and Ney stepped out of bounds. Timeout Elmhurst. It's a full one with 9:34 to play. 37-24 Elmhurst leads. We'll break on Blue Jay TV.
Phil, there was 3 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of the San
9:34 to play. 37-24. Elmhurst with the advantage. Blue Jays trying to finish off Augustana and match Illinois Wesleyan with an unblemished start in the CCIW. Illinois Wesleyan victorious today at home over Carthage. A frantic rally after being down 9 points with just over 2 minutes remaining. Closed the ball game on a 10-0 run to secure the victory and thus improved to 4-0. Wheaton on the verge of closing out North Central, leading by 22 inside of a minute to play. Meanwhile, Milliken was victorious at North Park. Elmhurst visits Milliken this week. The Blue Jays almost force a turnover. 8 o'clock scheduled start for the men, Elmhurst and Augustana. Don't know that we're going to be on that time, to be honest with you, but shortly thereafter. Tambling, working on McMahon, clearing out. Shot clock at 5, and Augustana doesn't know it. Augustana does not know it. Etheridge just throws it up in desperation. Still on the floor. Etheridge will have a second chance here. Etheridge underneath, throws it away. Godhardt the steal, but lost it off her foot. How about that for a sequence? Pecora moving around the arc. Looking to lob. Here's Hicks. Back towards Tambling on the baseline. Pecora with the shot clock down to 10. Out to Etheridge. Her three is long. Rebound is free. Etheridge will drive in. Pecora backing up. Remains at 37-24 Elmhurst lead. Howard on the sling from Tambling underneath, denied. Pecora to inbound. Here's Etheridge. Shot clock at 10. Ball is loose on the floor, and a kick will buy Augustana some more time, or will it? Looks like it was a kick against Augustana. Okay. So we'll hand it to Elmhurst with 8:08 to play. What a low-scoring game. 37 points for Elmhurst, 24 for Augustana with 8 minutes to play. Megan Ney outside the lane, air ball. We're talking about a pair of teams. Elmhurst entered the matchup second in the CCIW in scoring at 66 points a game. Augustana was sixth at 62.4. I don't even think we're going to smell 60 points in this one. Fiona McMahon with the foul, her third. It's the fourth on Elmhurst. Pecora trying to inbound towards the corner. Tambling has it. Tambling outside the circle, off the glass, +1, and Tambling is fired up. Chance for Augustana to pull within 10. Allison Skaggs returning for Augustana. Jordan Maisto in for Elmhurst along with Nikki Schaefer. Good to see after Schaefer was shaken up. One free throw for Tambling. And it's good. 10-point game. 37-27. Schaefer picks up her dribble. Slings it towards Godhardt outside the lane. Tess Godhardt. 14 points in the first half for Godhardt. Her first points here in the second. Took over 12 minutes to score. Christina Howard along the baseline. And a whistle underneath with 7:07 to play. It's the second foul charge to Megan Ney. Devin Vaughn returning for Elmhurst. Elizabeth Phillips for Augustana. 7:07 to go. Miller looking to inbound, having problems. Finally spots Etheridge underneath, off the glass, no. Rebound is loose, out of bounds to Elmhurst. Schaefer looking to lob. Shot clock half gone. Out of the reach of Merklein. But a whistle against Augustana. Foul on Whitney Miller. Make that Phillips, her first, 7th shooting time. Free throws for Meghan Merklein. Did not visit the stripe in the first half. Merklein is 5th in the CCIW this year in free throw shooting. And she has another coming her way. Meghan Merklein at 83% on the year, 55 of 66. And Phillips has the rebound. So again, Elmhurst has matched the largest lead of the ball game at 13. It's hung around there throughout. Augustana pulled to within 8 early in the second half, but that's as close as they have come here in the second 20. And a travel by Miller. Kind of an interesting number to keep your eye on. The lowest points for Elmhurst in a game this year, 48 in a home loss to Wisconsin-Stevens Point on November 29th. After that, 56. They've been very prolific this year in terms of putting up points, but a steal here. Allison Skaggs, coast to coast. Timeout Augustana. It's a full one with 6:10 to play. 40-29. Elmhurst in front. This is Blue Jay TV. .610 to play. Augustana shooting only 22% in the ball game. 1 of 7 from three-point range. 9 of 41 from the floor. 10 of 18 at the line. And yet they're only down 11 with just over 6 minutes left in the game as Devin Vaughn controls for the Blue Jays out of the timeout. Each team with 3 timeouts left. Vaughn in the corner. Rotated around the arc. Megan Ney along the baseline, working against Tambling. Denied on her drive. Merklein left uncontested in the lane, well short. Ball's on the floor. Godhardt controls. They're asking for a shot clock reset and will have it. Devin Vaughn thought the shot clock was about to expire, forced up a desperation. And now the officials will halt play here to try to figure out exactly where the shot clock should be. Well, the referees wanted a reset initially. Devin Vaughn looked up, saw 3. threw up about a 30-footer to beat the shot clock that was off the mark right as the clock had been reset. And then there was inadvertent reset moments ago as well. So the referee over to the table to talk things over with the crew. They'll settle on 26. .5:35 left, 40-29. Elmhurst on top and with the basketball. Leading scorer in the ball game, Tess Godhardt. 16 points, 14 of which came in the first. Meghan Merklein with 10 points. Not too far behind for Elmhurst. Between the two of them, well over half of the total on the board. Been a defensive struggle here tonight. And it's taken away by Tambling. Augie with a chance to pull within 9 here. Underneath, it's Skaggs clearing out as the Vikings fail to take advantage of numbers. Here's Miller on the drive. And Whitney Miller stepping to the stripe. Some more free throws upcoming here. Devin Vaughn with a foul, her 4th. Whitney Miller off the back iron with the first toss. Free throw line has been a struggle for Augustana as well. The Vikings entered the day 3rd in the conference at over 70%. In fact, close to 72%, 71.9. They are 10 of 19 in the game. And now 11 of 20. So they're within 10. They make half of those attempts. This game is within a handful. Here's McMahon, too strong. Godhardt tried to follow up. Godhardt came swooping in. And it'll be Tess Godhardt to the stripe. Foul is on Christina Howard, her 4th. 8 fouls on Augustana. Godhardt shooting 2. 2 of 4 at the line today. Impact freshman for the Bluejays. Tess Godhardt connects again, a 4-year varsity letter winner at Hinckley Big Rock High School. Picked up where she left off in her high school career. During her tenure here at Elmhurst in just her first season. 12-point game. Howard scores over McMahon. Tell you what, a great crowd is settling in here on this Saturday. Again, the men's matchup scheduled for an 8 o'clock start tonight. Maybe a little bit behind that, but we'll have it for you here on Blue Jay TV. 42-32. Merklein got her defender to bite. Dribbles in. Off the back iron, though, on her attempt from 13. And it's out of bounds to the Vikings. They'll have an opportunity here to pull with an 8 on a make and 7 with a 3. They scored the first 4 points of the second half to pull with an 8. Haven't been that close since. Miller will run the offense. To the elbow. Back to Skaggs. Picking up, knocked away, and a foul. Tess Godhardt with number 2. Free throws for Skaggs. Just 5 of 13 at the line this year. For Skaggs, the senior out of Petersburg, Illinois. They said it was not in the act of shooting, so it's only 1-1. A jump ball is called on the rebound as Skaggs is tied up after the miss. And the arrow belongs to Elmhurst with 4:04. Jordan Maisto racing across half court. Maisto, no look, pass to Godhardt on the baseline. Started by Maisto, using her jets to drive through, draw the defense in, and then feeding the wide open Tess Godhardt, who now owns 20 points. Here's Skaggs, and she'll make her way to the line. 20 points is not a career high if you're wondering for Tess Godhardt. She scored 21 against Rockford on December 13th. Team foul number 9. This one is on Maisto. Free throw long. Down to 3:40 to play. And the free throws have been an adventure for Augustana in the game. Just 50% of the stripe. They own 11 misses from the free throw line today, and they're down by that margin, 11 points. Maisto again, all the way. Jordan Maisto. Stepping back is Tambling. No good. Rebound is free. Maisto will twist away. And free throws here for Maisto, I believe. Check on the call. Cheney Tambling with a foul. That is her third. And it is indeed Maisto stepping to the line with 3:11 to play. Maisto hits the free throw. Second one, however, is no good. Skaggs with the board, and away come the Vikings, needing points in bunches. Etheridge trying to thread the needle. Threw it away. Jordan Maisto, jump stop, scores again. Timeout Elmhurst with 2:44 to play. Jordan Maisto has scored the last 5 points for the Bluejays, who are up by 16, trying to finish off Augustana when we return on Bluejay TV.
Go, Jay.
2:44 to play. Elmhurst up by 16. Whitney Miller picks up her dribble, spots Etheridge. Lobbing down towards Howard in the post. Back out to Etheridge. Her three is long. Rebound will end up in the Augustana bench, and it'll stay with the Vikings. Merklein takes away. Elmhurst will try to run some clock. But Meghan Merklein extends the advantage to 18. Elmhurst just trying to finish it out. And a whistle underneath. Fiona McMahon is fouled out of the game. Megan Ney will replace McMahon. Ney first needs to report to the table. Augustana will use the opportunity quickly to talk things over as Christina Howard finds her way to the free throw line with less than 2 minutes to go. Howard hits. First time McMahon has fouled out this season. Howard is good on both. Slicing the deficit to 16. Godhardt, instead of pressing, dribbles out some clock. Flips it to Merklein. And a 1:35 to play. Merklein outside the paint, off the glass and good. 14 for Meghan Merklein. Etheridge in front of the Augie bench. Able to recover and a whistle. Tess Godhardt on the floor. And a whistle is against Augustana. Other way for free throws. Double bonus time now each way. Fouling out of the ball game, Christina Howard. Elizabeth Phillips will take the place of Howard on the floor. Tess Godhardt with some more free throws. Godhardt 1 point away from equaling her career best total. Just outside the top 10 in scoring, sitting 11th in the CCIW in her freshman campaign, matches her career total. Elmhurst has been at home a lot this year. The Bluejays are a perfect 2-0 in CCIW play at home. About to improve to 3-0 as Elmhurst is now in front by 20. A career best 22 points for Tess Godhardt. She'll exit stage left with 1:13 remaining to a nice round of applause. The Bluejays have already played 10 home games overall this year. About to improve to 9-2 overall here at home as Etheridge's three-pointer is off the mark. And the rebound belongs to Ney and the Bluejays, who lead by 20. Mitchell in the corner. And Elmhurst will play four corners. Vaughn lost the basketball. Taken away by Miller. Outlets towards Etheridge. Etheridge over the top of Ney. Blocked. Ney with a block on defense, not giving up here in the closing minute despite a 20-point lead. And now a 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jordan Maisto will affix the basketball to her right hip. Dribble into the corner with the shot clock at 10. Maisto tosses it up and has some free throws coming. Jordan Maisto with 7 points for the Bluejays, including 5 straight at 1 point here in the second. Third foul charge to Whitney Miller. Maisto for the year, 9 of 18 at the line. Steps back to try to work on that shooting form a little more. And attempt number 2 is in. 21-point game, 56-35. Paige Picciotti off the bench for Elmhurst, replacing Maisto. Shot clock is gone dark. Whitney Miller will bring it up the floor for Augustana. Angle right, working on Picciotti. And bounce it towards Pecora. Lobbing in the lane, Etheridge over the top of Vaughn off the back iron with 3 seconds. Out of bounds, clock stops for the second even. And Elmhurst up 21. The Blue Jays are about to improve to 4-0 in the CCIW. There it is. Final score, Elmhurst 56, Augustana 35. Elmhurst is 13-2. The Blue Jays will head to Milliken this week, tied atop the CCIW standings with Illinois Wesleyan at 4-0. Augustana drops to 9-6. The Vikings are 1-3 in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. Let's take a look at the leading scorers in the contest for the ball game. Elmhurst led by a career-high 22 points from Tess Godhardt. She also finished with 12 rebounds. Elmhurst shot 43% in the ball game. Remarkably, only attempted 4 threes in the entire contest. Augustana shot just 21% in the contest. 5 makes in the first half, 5 in the second as well. Elmhurst and Augustana battled even on the glass. Leading scorer for Augustana in the matchup, 7 points. Gianna Pecora did not score in the second half. Christina Howard fouled out with 7. Cheney Tambling finished with 7 as well. After the career best 22 from Godhardt, Meghan Merklein finishes with 14 for Elmhurst. Jordan Maisto, 8. It was the Blue Jays victorious by the final of 56-35. We're about a half hour away from the men's matchup, and we'll have it for you in a bit right here on Blue Jay TV. Elmhurst 13-2, 4-0 in the CCIW following the 21-point win over Augustana. Thanks for watching, and again, the men's matchup comes your way in a bit. This has been Blue Jay TV.